Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the LibTech Mayhem Rocket. This board features Mervin's early rise directional camber, so you get rocker in the nose and a setback traditional camber. That's going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive of traditional camber, but you're going to get that ease of entry in and out of turns as well as more optimal powder float from that early rise. This board is available in 152.5, 157.5, and 161.5. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that was overcast skies with pockets of blue coming through. You had midday powder panic, so there was chopped chunder, ice, firmly packed down crust, and spots where I could find 15 plus inches of snow, give or take, depending on how the wind had blown in, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. Now the thing about the Flex is that they say this is middle to firm in the Cadillac. It's not, it's soft. It's just soft. And there's a weird thing going on with this where I feel it's got a reverse directional flex, meaning stiffer nose going into a softer tail, with the midsection being moderately stable and stiff. You also do have a fair amount of torsional flex. You can really twist this board to steer it. Now, with this being set back directional cam rocker, basically, you got a flex point right where the camber meets the rocker in the nose, and then with the tail being so short, you actually have a ton of give out there. When it comes to stability, you need to understand you want to keep your knees bent with this board. That rocker will flex and it sends all reverberations right into the front foot. You're gonna feel it. When you're charging through lumpy terrain, everything kind of just comes up underfoot, that vibration, that kinetic energy, and you feel it. And if you get into really lumpy terrain and you're trying to charge, the nose is slapping over it, so it's driving everything to hit you underfoot. Keep your knees bent and you'll totally be fine. I didn't have a problem with getting bucked around, but I could see where some people will. So this board feels like it's got a skate style pop to it. You don't have a lot of tail, so when you load up that camber and you just roll right back onto it, you spring, and this board will get you up in the air. You don't have to be like super calculated with it. You can do it at the last minute and know that it's gonna be able to boost. In fresh pow, it porpoise is fine. When you're coming off a pillow, you're able to pop. Hitting a side hit, you're gonna be able to boost. All right, you snow slasher, have you clicked like on this video yet? You haven't? Well, go do that. Oh, you're not subscribed? You should do that as well. Don't forget to click the bell, that way you get the notifications every time we drop a video. This is where this board stands out. So you got this longer nose with rocker in it, right? You pop a 180, you land on it, it presses, it holds, you're buttering, and then with a little flick of the ankle, you get snap right out of it without having to worry about it. It butters well. It's like a giant ass spatula through the snow. Now the tail, this is what dreams are made of if you want to do high speed wheelies. You can just sit on the outside of your binding and that board will just flex and it gets the nose up. It's like putting it almost 90 degrees straight up and it's just bending that board. And you can even get sideways with it, swivel and sizzle. It doesn't matter. It'll get the job done when you need to carve with it. Is it gonna be remarkable? No. Short, tight, quick carves and medium mellow carves are really its strong suit. That's about what it can handle because the tail has no excess power. You can't really push from the center of the camber back through to drive a deep, hard, aggressive carve. When you do, you start to notice that it kicks out right outside the insert pack. You're gonna just end up on your stomach or your ass. It does not want to be laid over. It's more or less going to allow you to get on edge as you swoop across a groomer to get back in the trees or into your favorite pow stash. So who is this board for? It's for the resort powder slasher that's coming from a surfing background. Someone that's going to be a little more back foot dominant and really just throw their back hip into that pow to throw up a spray or to go up on a bank and slash with it. Like what we're doing over here? Want to support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. So I have no idea why the catalog says that this is medium to firm. It's not. I asked a homie who works at Evo that rode the bigger size, and he even said, it was the same thing. It was soft. It's very slashy, which is awesome because the way that this thing slashes when you go up on a bank full of POW, amazing, just absolutely amazing. This board floats exceptionally well. It's just not stiff by any stretch of the imagination. You need to know that going in. But if you're looking for a board that floats well, carves okay, it's good. Like, even in heavy snow, this thing just pushed through everything with what I needed. Yeah, it's lively, it's not the most damp, but it works. I do like the camber profile on this. For Mervin, I think this works better than their C2 stuff that they've had coming out, or even their C3. Comparable boards, the Rossignol Slashimi, the Nidecker Mellow, the Salomon 6-stick. Binding recommendations, the bent metal Axton, the Salomon Hologram, the Union Strata. This has been my review of the LibTech Mayhem Rocket. If you're looking for something a little surfy and slashy, why don't you go check out one of the reviews for one of the comparable boards? You know you want to.